Today I'm going to be taking you through a 30-minute flow, and we are going to focus today a bit on opening our heart space and creating a little bit of, creating some opening, which I think we all need, especially in these times. So I'm going to, perhaps I'll use one of them, but perhaps two of them. If you don't have yoga blocks, because I'm assuming that most of you don't, you can use any big books. I mean, a lot of my school books have been great. If you have like a Bible or something that's quite thick and quite sturdy, like hardbacks are great. Then cookbooks, they tend to be pretty good. Then grab one of those if you have one. If you don't, no problem. But if you do, keep it close by. And we're going to start on our backs. And if you did have that block type thing, grab one of them, place it next to you. We're going to come into a supine butterfly, so placing the soles of your feet together, and depending on how tight you are on your legs and your hips, wherever it feels most to you, you can move your feet closer or further away. So if you create more of a diamond shape, it'll be more restorative, more of a relaxed pose. The closer you bring your feet into your groin, the more stretch you will feel. So find a good medium. We're just gonna stay here for a few moments to just arrive. If you did have the block and you want a little bit of more opening in your chest, in your heart area, you can place the block on its lowest and then just sort of place it, if you're a woman, sort of where the bra starts, and if you're a man, just like in between your shoulder blades. So you should be able to feel a point where it feels comfortable, you're not straining anything. And then carefully just place your head on the mat. If you did have an extra block, you can use that for your pillow if the pose is too intense. And if you need more, you can put the block, the lower block, up onto its second level. And again, place it in between your shoulder blades. And then come down onto this block. So finding a comfortable place for you right now. And then just allow your arms to drape over. Find some stillness here. If you're not using any blocks, then you find your comfort in that. There's no need to use a block, but they can be great tools. And let's place one hand on our belly and then one hand on our heart. Begin to check in with yourself here. Maybe start this class by asking yourself how you're feeling today. And we're going to take some deep breaths here together. And we're going to do so at a count of 4. So we're going to inhale to 4, and then we're going to exhale to the count of 4. So release any breath you've got inside of you. And then begin to inhale here through your nose. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Let's do a last one. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And then just release your breath. Take a deep breath here. See if you can really just arrive in this moment. And like always, you've carved these 30 minutes out for yourself. Awesome. You should be so proud of yourself. So let's really try and make these 30 minutes count. Whenever thoughts come and interrupt you, whenever anything else on today's to-do list is sort of knocking on your mind, just patiently and kindly ask that thing or mind or thought to just wait, and you will return later. So it's sort of like having an assistant answering your phone calls. You don't have to always be available. Right now you're out of office. And it's important for us to have that filter. Take another breath here. And then release your hands, bring them down to your legs, and then just help your legs come up together. It could be a little bit rough, they might be a little bit heavy from laying there for a while. And then we're just gonna hug our knees into our chest. You can open your eyes if you close them. Maybe just roll a little side to side on your back here. And we're gonna bring our knees to 90 degrees and just allow our knees to fall over to the left. And you can gaze over to the right. You can extend your right arm out. You can use your left hand to keep your knees down. We're not going to stay here for very long. Exhale here. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, knees off to the right. So I've got everything in my way here. I've got the wall and my blocks, but knees to the right, left arm comes out. If it feels okay for your neck, you can gaze over your fingertips. If it feels better for your neck, you can just gaze up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale, come back through center. And we're going to begin to rock our way up. So you can take a few rocks along your spine. It may feel really good, just waking it up. And then coming up onto all fours. Placing our hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. Inhale here, finding our cat-cow flow. So belly down to the mat, shoulder blades together. Exhale, flipping that around. Inhale. Exhale. Continue here with your breath. And as always, my words are just here to guide you. If you want to take it in another direction, if you want to stay somewhere, feel absolutely free to do that. Actually, I would encourage you to do that. And then find your way back to your center. So finding a neutral spine here. We're going to inhale our right leg behind us and our left arm in front of us. Take a breath here, just notice how this feels. If it's too much, you can always put down one of them, so you can keep your leg up, put your hand down, or the opposite. But I also encourage you to challenge your balance and your strength here. So really activating through our core, even maybe touch your belly here. Make sure that you are turned on. Inhale here. And then exhale, we're gonna meet our knee to our elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last round. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, extend. And exhale. Left hand down on the mat. We're going to lift our way up to a three-legged dog. So right leg up into the sky, Bend that right leg, open that hip up, and see if you can follow your upper body here. So you're really twisting your entire upper body over to the right. Breathe here, maybe even gazing under your right armpit. And exhale, come down with that right foot. Take a breath in your downward facing dog. And then when you next exhale, just bring yourself back down to your all fours. Take a breath here, recenter. And we'll do the other side. So inhale, lift your left leg up behind you. Right arm goes in front of you. Take a breath here. Notice if you're totally falling over to one side. See if you can suck it up. Activate that core a bit more. Inhale here. Exhale, pull it together. Inhale. Exhale. Flow with your breath. You can even add a little mini back bend when you come up here. It's where we're going to be going in this class. Last one. Stay here. Right arm comes down to the mat. You may have to move your hands forward just a little bit. Right toes tuck under. Lift up to your three-legged dog. Breathe here, bend that left knee so that heel comes down to your right booty, your right side of your booty. Open that upper body, twist over to the left, gaze under that left armpit. Continue to breathe. Inhale here. Exhale, left foot comes down to the mat. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale, bring both knees as wide as your mat down to the mat. Big toes come together. Finding that child's pose. So walk your hands forward, bring your forehead to the mat. Take a breath here. Next inhale, bring yourself back up to all fours. So we're going to continue, we're going to add on a little bit. So you're going to extend that right leg behind you. Left arm comes in front of you. You're going to bend that right knee. And then bring that left hand behind you. See if you can grab the inside of that right foot. If you can't, you just stay here. But if you can, grab that foot. And then begin to sort of kick kick the foot into the hand and pull your left shoulder back in space. So we're opening our chest here, pressing down to the floor with our right hand and our left knee and top of the foot. So we're creating some space. Breathe here. Exhale, bring that left hand, right knee back down to the mat. Recenter for a moment. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So left leg comes up behind you. Right arm in front of you. Bend that left knee. Bring that left foot in contact with that right hand, if it's accessible to you, and then begin to kick that foot into the hand. And by kicking, hopefully you can feel that your chest is puffing up a bit. Maybe that you even feel like your lungs are getting some more space, some more space to breathe more room to take some deep breaths. Take another inhale here. And exhale. And then inhale. Extend, exhale. Bring that hand down. We're going to make our way back into our downward facing dog. So hands a little bit forward perhaps. Tuck those toes under and send those hips back. And breathe here. Next inhale, we're going to come forward into our plank pose. Everyone's favorite pose. Going to stay here for just a breath. So inhale, exhale, inhale, come forward on your toes, exhale, triceps, elbows into your body, coming all the way down to your belly on your mat. Roll those shoulders away. Place your elbows, your forearms on the mat, finding a 90-degree angle. Finding our Sphinx pose here. We've done it before. Lift those kneecaps. Breathe here. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bring yourself down. Place your hands about in line with your chest here. Again, shoulder or elbows into your body. Roll those shoulders back. Inhale. Bring yourself up here. Not very high. We're still pretty early in the practice. And again, activate those legs. Bring those kneecaps up off the floor. Breathe in. And breathe out, come down. We'll do one more little variation of a little back bend. So bring your arms, your hands onto the lower part of your back. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, roll your shoulders away. Extend those hands, those arms. Point your fingers back to your feet. Inhale, lift up here. And see if you can lift your legs with you. If it's too much, place your feet and legs back on the mat. If you want to, bring your legs with you. Take a breath in. And exhale, come back down. Hands down on the mat. Lift up to a plank pose on your inhale. Exhale, find that downward facing dog. Stay here for a full cycle of breath. Next breath in. Look forward to your feet or your hands. I'm not getting these body parts today. Take a big step forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend those knees, fold forward. Inhale, lift yourself all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath here. Reconnect to yourself, to your core. And when I say your core, I mean your why, your reason for being here today. The stronger that why, that core is for us, the deeper the connection we can find. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, take a big step back. End up in that plank pose. Take a breath in here. Come forward on your toes. Exhale all the way down. Now choose one of those variations that we did. Inhale, roll your shoulders back. Find your version of a back bend. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift up to plank pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Take 2 more deep breaths. So as soon as we do some movement, as soon as we get flowing and our heart rate up just a little bit, the first thing to go is our breath. So as soon as you have a moment of stillness, make sure to reconnect to that. Inhale, we're going to lift our right leg up to the sky. Exhale, we're gonna bring it forward. Place it in between our hands. Keep your left hand where it is. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. And we're not gonna stay just here, we're gonna take it a little bit further. So begin to open your chest up here. So imagine that you really wanna bring your chest up to the sky. So this right arm goes back a little bit. Opening, your gaze can come with your fingers. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down to the mat. Step forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll get going right away. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, place that left foot far back on the mat. So we're the same foot forward like we just did. Right foot forward. We're gonna find our warrior one. So left foot comes down to the mat. And it's gonna be at about 45-degree angle. So the toes are gonna be pointing diagonally forward. So sort of to the corner edge of your left side of the mat. Right toes point forward. And we're gonna make sure our hips are also pointing forward. So place your hands on your hip bones. And you can even sort of manually put them in place. So make sure that your right hip goes back, left hip comes forward. If that's not really working for you, walk that left foot out. So create some space so that your hips can actually be here. So most of us need a bit of more space between our feet. So find a variation, placement of your feet here that works for you. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fall into place. So as we inhale, find some length. Exhale, ground yourself down onto the floor. Exhale, hands behind your back. We're going to interlace those fingers, just like we did on our back, on our belly, sorry. Roll those shoulders away from your ears. Extend those arms back. Inhale here. Exhale, stay here. Take another inhale. And exhale, hands come down to the mat. Take a big step back with your right foot, ending up in your downward facing dog. Stay here. 2 full cycles of breath. And then next inhale, pick your left foot up. Bring it forward in between your hands. Stay with your right hand where it is. Inhale, left arm goes up to the sky. And remember, we're opening that chest up, opening up to the sky. So see if you can fall back a little bit here. So place some more weight in that right hand, that right foot. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale, bring that left hand down to the mat. Step forward with your right foot. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Step that right foot far back on your mat. We're going to again find that warrior one on this side. So toes pointing 45 degrees-ish. I don't know if it's 45 degrees exactly, but that's where we're going. Make some space, create some space in between your feet if you know your hips need it. Hands at your hips. Put them in place. Bring that left hip forward. Right hip forward. Left hip back. Inhale. Arms up. Exhale, sink down. Make sure you've got weight, you've got grounding all the way out to the pinky edge side of that right foot. Breathe here. And this time, bring your arms back behind you. We're going to play around with the variations. You can go back to interlacing your fingers. You can grab a hold of opposite elbows, or you can create a reverse namaste, so our prayer position. So putting the palms of your hands together, wiggle them up in between your shoulder blades. Find some comfort here, and then inhale. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Chest up to the sky. Exhale, sink down. Breathe here. Release whatever position your hands are in. Arms come up. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Take a big step back, ending up in our downward facing dog. Take one full cycle of breath here. Next inhale, take a big step forward. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment. Find your breath. Find your core. And open your eyes. We're going to play around with a little a balancing pose. Super fun balancing pose. And we've sort of been leading up to it, to our little warm-up. And it's called dancer pose, if you're familiar to it. So we're going to start by placing all of our weight in our left foot. Lift our right heel up towards our right butt cheek. And we're going to start here. So start by just finding your balance here. So maybe rock around a bit. Make sure you're fully balanced. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Grab the inside of that right foot with your right hand. Left arm up to the sky. And we want to keep that knee and foot close to us, so we're not splaying out to the side like this. We're keeping it in. And then inhale, extend here. Exhale, begin to tip forward. And as you do, that right foot is going to kick into the right hand. So just as we did in the beginning there, when we were on all fours. So a lot going on right here. We're opening our heart through a little back bend. We've got strength, we've got balance. So find one point to focus on where your eyes can rest. And maybe go a little bit deeper. Give that standing leg a little bend if you need it for balance. Breathe here. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. And then inhale, come up. Release that foot. Take a little full body shake here. Get ready for the next side. So placing all of your weight in your right foot this time. Start by just lifting that left foot. Notice what your balance is like here today, right now in this moment. Oop, mine was a little off. And then grab the inside of that left foot with your left hand. And again, Keep that leg, that knee close towards you. Right arm up to the sky. Chest facing forward. And then as you exhale, begin to tip forward here. So again, bend that standing leg if you need it. Kick that foot into your hand. Be kind to yourself. The balancing poses I always find are very different day to day. Sometimes even just standing on one leg is really difficult, and that's okay. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Whoop. Inhale, bring yourself up. Release that foot. Shake it out. And then bring yourself down to the mats. Just sit in any seated position that feels good right now. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Place your hand, one hand on your belly, one on your heart. Notice your breath, notice your heartbeat. There are both signs of us being alive, of us being here, present in this moment. I'm going to take a deep breath in through our nose and then release through our mouth. So breathe in and release. Blink your eyes open and namaste. Thank you for practicing with me, and I'll see you for the last class.